see someone go wide. So that's another place. At this point we already gained like 9 or even 10 positions. Double yellow here. I think there was a crash actually. Lots of wheel spin. Shifting way too early to second gear, and as you can see, losing lots of momentum there. My teammate here on the right, and we slightly touch and our mirrors basically connect there, which was a problem. My exit is way better than the car in front. He made a mistake. Actually sliced a little bit, and you should say that I should take maximum advantage of that. Here on the right side you can see one of the fast drivers that overtook us early in this race. Had a big problem.
Hi, my name is Allard. And ever since I was a kid, I've been in love with racing. I remember watching race on TV with my family and visiting the circuit of Zandvoort, where I sat in a real race car myself as a little boy. I immediately fell in love with the sport, and at home we had a really simple steering wheel setup where we practiced a couple of times per year. It was never just a hobby, because it felt like a dream. But growing up I never really had the chance to race. We didn't have the budget for karting, and sim racing wasn't as big as it is today. When I went karting with friends, I would usually finish last, which made me doubt myself. And I couldn't really name every carport by heart like other car lovers, which for a long time made me think I didn't belong in this world of racing. That changed when Max Verstappen entered Formula 1.
Far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race.
It sparked a racing movement in the Netherlands and in me. In 2021 I bought my first sim rig with my savings, and I was hooked. I practiced like crazy, and I kept upgrading my setup step by step with my savings, and I kept on pushing. I started doing rental kart races, and for my 21st birthday I got my racing license at Circuit Zandvoort. The adrenaline, the freedom, and the way everything disappears, that was when I knew this is what I want. I started racing in several 8-hour endurance events and learned a lot, and started making racing content to finance my racing career. Welcome to a brand new video, and today I'm trying out iRacing. I have literally driven like a couple of races. I've never made a video about it. Come on guys, oh my god, back-to-back win. Come on! I also began searching for sponsors, which helped me take the next step. And now I'm making my debut in my first real racing championship, the BMW Compact Cup. 6 race weekends, rookie and overall standings, and I'm taking you along for every moment. This is my dream coming to life, and I want to show you what's possible if you chase yours too. I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity, because I know it's not something to take for granted. A lot of people dream of opportunities like this, and that's why I want to give it everything I've got. Not just for myself, but for everyone who is supporting me. I want to make you proud, push my limits, and see how far I can go. So if you're into racing or chasing your own goals, please subscribe to my channel. Let's grow together, and now join me for my first race weekend at Zandvoort. Yes guys, as you can see we're here at Circuit Zandvoort and there were big problems. We had a mechanical issue, and because of that I couldn't drive in qualifying, which made us start last. It was even a question if I could even drive. It was a lot of stress, but fortunately the team helped us, and now we skipped race 1 because we couldn't participate. But I'll show you the onboard footage of race 2 and race 3, because fortunately we can participate. However, we have to start all the way from the back. We're gonna just push it flat out and just see where we can end up.
Yes guys, join me on board here for the warm-up lap for the second race of the season. As I mentioned earlier, I couldn't participate in the first race due to mechanical problems, and as you can see, we are starting dead last. We're basically driving on semi-slicks, so basically some sort of intermediates, which which are really hard compounds, so I had to warm the tires really aggressively, which can give you a big advantage, and we're lining up here for the start of the race, and as you can see, we're away a lot of wheel spin and had some problems shifting to second gear, which is a shame, which causes a lot of momentum here. Upshift a little bit too early to third, but as you can see, still quite a good start, because a lot of people had problems at the start. And we could overtake already quite some cars in here, get it on the inside, brake it slightly later, and take over the position. We're at the inside of the Tarzan board, turn 1 of Zandvoort, and as you can see, we drive along here. And here we had a good spot, because if you can stay here and take the outside for not this corner, but the next corner, like this corner, then you have a better line. But as you can see in the mirrors for the back view, we're already past them. And we actually had a really good start with overtaking lots of cars, so that gave us a lot of confidence. And now you can see my first mistake, because as you can see, I left the door open on the left side in my mirror. You can see that I'm getting overtaken here on the left, and if I close the door it wouldn't happen, but we're still pushing. As you can see, we're so much faster than the white car in front, so we need to pass him ASAP, because as you can see in a sprint race, especially during the start, you're really close to each other. And as you can see in my back mirror, there's already a car really close behind me. We know we're faster than the guy in front, so we have to overtake him as fast as possible. Here you can see the guy behind me trying to pass me, but fortunately he can't. And we drive along here and we make our second mistake. But as you can see here, I try to drive around the outside, but yeah, I get a little bit squeezed and I don't have that much like space, and there another white car overtakes us. So we lost 2 places, which is a shame. I had the idea that we're definitely faster than this car had, so once again, really important to overtake him as soon as possible. Do not lose too much time. As you can see, we could outbrake him here through the Hans Ernst chicane, which is one of the favorite turns to overtake here. I really love to do it here. And yeah, we're up another place. And as you can see in my back mirror, we already overtook quite some cars. As you can see, there's quite a gap with the cars in front actually. So here we had to push and try to get close to them, and yeah, of course they are battling, so that provides us the opportunity to just drive our racing lines. We've got some breathing space and try to get close to them. And after all, quite an okay first lap. I think it could definitely improve on my start, because we could have overtaken a lot of more cars if I shifted better and didn't have the problems with shifting to second gear and with a little bit of wheel spin. So that's definitely one thing I'll take into account for next race. Here you can see someone go wide, so that's another place, actually a teammate of mine from WH Motorsport. And here we are a little bit further in the race, and as you can see, we're getting closer to another car. And this car was interesting because I was battling a lot with this car, and we had quite a similar pace actually. So as you can see on my lap timer, we drove a lap time, I think it was the second lap, so after the start of 2:13, which is actually quite slow, but still was getting for me, yeah, I was really getting used to the car, driving like a sprint, pushing flat out, and of course overtaking a lot of other cars, which makes me overheat the tires a little bit, because you have to brake late, get off the racing line, and of course your tires overheat a little bit, which makes it harder to get out his lap time. So as you can see, we're pushing quite hard here, and in front of us there's a nice group of 4 cars. It was a really nice view, and here we have some beautiful videos from the side of the track of our cameraman Siwa. Shout out to him. And here we're getting to Schijfvlak, and as you can see, we kind of closed the gap here, and we're actually getting closer and closer, and because the guys in front are battling, it provides for us the perfect opportunity to get close and try something else. As you can see in the lap timer, we improved our lap time quite a lot, and here I tried to outbrake him. We actually did, but at the outside you have more momentum, and yeah, we couldn't really do it. Here I tried to cut on the inside, but still, yeah, we didn't have that much momentum to do anything. And as you can see, he has better acceleration out of the corner, so that's an important learning point for me, to learn from this. And as you can see, beautiful video from outside of the car. As you can see, we were really close with this group. It was actually really fun and good racing. But yeah, it's really crucial to what I've learned to really pick your overtaking spots. And here you can see we actually had so much more momentum, so we could put it on the inside. And as you can see in my mirrors, the car is still next to me. Actually have a way better exit, but here we brake later, have the good line. And as I said earlier at the start, if you're here around the outside, because of the banking, you can take way more momentum into and out to the corner. So we went there past, and which was actually a really nice overtake. So as I said, it's crucial to strategically think of your overtakes and do them as efficient as possible. Here last minute the door was closed and another car was off, as you can see on the right. So another position gate. I think at this point we already gained like 9 or even 10 positions. So that was lovely. We started from, I think, place 34, and now we're cruising at around place 26 or something. So that's really nice actually for like only a really short sprint race of 20 minutes. Here you can see we're getting close to the car in front, braking later and outbraking the other car. And as you can see in my back mirror, I squeezed him a little bit, closed the door on the inside, so he really could send it on the inside. And here try to go for a good line. And yeah, we basically passed the 2 cars, so 1 more to go, which was really nice. But as you can see in front of these other cars, like the gap's starting to form. There are like a couple of groups, I would say. And if you're basically like battling too long with other cars, you basically lose all the momentum and connection to other groups, which makes it really hard to move through the field. And of course, a 20-minute sprint race is really short. And as you can see, the other car here decided to went to the pits. But as you can see in my back mirror, we have to defend now. We tried to cut off here the switchback, which we do really nicely. And yeah, we just could hold our position for now. But as you can see, there was a purple checkered flag, or a purple flag waved. And as you can see, double yellow here. There was, I think there was a crash actually, or like a mechanical problem, I'm not sure. And if the purple flag is waved, it's code 60, you have to drive 60 km/h. But here's something brutal happen. As you can see, a green flag, but I saw it too late. It was in a dead spot, and as you can see, the car behind me took full advantage of that. I was really disappointed with myself. It was a bit unlucky. I should have stayed more focused, but it was kind of tricky because I was literally at the point where there was no obvious like lap panel or like a flag waving. So that was a shame because we lost the position here. So here I knew it was only like a couple of minutes to go, and as you can see in my back mirror, the other car is really close to me. And yeah, I just didn't have the pace. I couldn't keep up with the car in front. I lost a little bit, and as you can see, I was way faster in the corners than the white car behind. But at like the straights, he came so close to me. So it could be something with the setup, but probably it's something with my driving, with going sooner on full throttle and taking more momentum out of a corner, which is just really important in cars with relative low horsepower. Because here you'll see we take a quite okay line, but as you can see in my mirrors, the car behind me will get closer and closer. And here we were onto the straight of Zandvoort, and as you can see, he's gaining, and he was getting so close. But fortunately, even though we had the slipstream, as you can see there in front, the checkered flag was waved, and we ended here on P24, if I remember correctly. So starting from place 34, we basically gained 10 position in a short race of 20 minutes, which I'm actually really happy with. Especially since the fact it's only my first race in a cup championship, and it was so different and I really had to get used to it. But overall, it was a very good race.
Alright guys, I just came off the car and we gained 13 positions. It was a crazy race. A lot of action, nice overtakes, and a lot of trouble actually, because we had the code 60 because a car crashed, I think, I'm not sure. And some cars went wide, and a lot of stress and like a lot of, it was so busy, but it was such a great experience. It was my first cup race, and it's just racing really different, and you have to like stay so sharp and like push it to the limit and see where you can outbrake people and take shorter lines to defend. So it was an amazing experience, enjoyed it so much. And we have luck because the result of race 2 is a starting grid for race 3. So since we started last, we gained an advantage, and now we can start more forward. So let's jump into race 3 and see how we can do.
Yes guys, now we're into race number 3. Our second race of the day, because yeah, of course we couldn't participate in race 8, and here we're gridding up. And yeah, let's see if we can get a better start now. You basically start in the next race on the position you finish in the last race, so there was an advantage since we didn't drive in quali. So we started here from P24. Let's see how it goes. As you can see, lots of wheel spin, shifting way too early to second gear, and as you can see, losing lots of momentum there. But as you can see, the green car ahead has a really bad start, and maybe we can take advantage of that. But as you can see on the left, yeah, we quite have like a problem because we're getting outbraked here. And on the inside, actually really late, which was actually a fair move, but I didn't expect him at all. There was another car, and fortunately we gained enough momentum because he had such a short line. And here, look closely to my right mirror. As you can see, my teammate here on the right, and we slightly touch, and our mirrors basically connect there, which was a problem because now I literally couldn't see a thing to my right mirror. But we overtake my teammate here. The thing was that he had contact with another car as well, which yeah, knocked his mirror in, so he couldn't basically see anything, which was really scary. But here, quite an okay start, could be better. Still really annoying that I have this problem with shifting towards second gear and with his wheel spin, which I really need to improve on because the start is really important. But we get like a good connection here to the group in front, and we can we quite have some breathing space. As you can see, others will attack her, and it's really important to take maximum advantage of that, because if others are fighting or attacking, you really have to focus and try to take advantage. Here you can see, yeah, there was a mistake after all. I analyzed my videos after the race, but you don't want to be on the outside here or outbrake someone here, because you're just a sitting duck for the next corner. And as you can see, in my rear view, in my back mirror, you can see another car took maximum advantage of that, and he saw that we were kind of hesitating a bit, not taking the optimum race line, and thereby he could take a way better exit through the corner and overtake his base. So here, I was thinking about defending, but as you can see, he sent it, and I knew I would defend hard, so we would basically both lose time, and then the guys in front of me could literally drive away. So it wouldn't make sense to defend. So after all, I think we lost maybe one place after the start. Here I had slight problems with coming out of this corner, which was actually really important because it's of course a long straight, and Zandvoort is really technical and really hard to overtake, so you really have to plan your overtakes. As you can see, my back mirror, my teammate here is retiring because both mirrors, yeah, I couldn't see anything, so makes sense. And yeah, we actually have some breathing space here. As you can see, quite a gap with the cars in front, so that proves that I really need to improve my exit speed on the last turn before the straight, because yeah, I basically lose a lot of time. Maybe it's something with the setup, but probably it's something with my driving, with not taking enough momentum. And yeah, it's interesting to mention that the guys in this cup, most people here drive more than 5 years in these type of cars, or maybe even 10 or 15 years, so they're so experienced and have a big advantage of knowing how to push the limit of the car. Here you can see the car in the back of me, which was done for me because I just had to close the door, stay a little bit on the outside. Here you can see he's on the inside. It was really tough for me because I couldn't see that much through my right mirror, which was yeah, of course malfunctioned. I couldn't see a thing. But there was a car that's actually normally in the top 4 because he had a problem in race 2, which decides your position for race 3. So we had to fight all the way to the front, and I knew it was too fast, so I gotta let him go. But yeah, it was just stupid because, as you can see, the other car took maximum advantage of that, and it made me lose 2 places, which was just not good. So I really need to work on my defending, play it smart, and yeah, basically like here, I defended too much on the inside, which gave me an impossible line for the next corner. The car beside me could take more momentum through the corner with a wider line, so that was a shame. And 3 positions lost in 2 or 3, no, like 3 corners. So yeah, that's not good. Really something I need to work on, driving more strategically. And I know the car in front was another driver that was actually quite fast, especially in the previous season, so not a shame that he passed me, because of course I'm still a rookie, but we're here to learn. So let's see if we can keep up with this group and try to attack. And as you can see, the other car that overtook me, the orange one, is already so close to another cars up front, and he was literally glazing through the field. So yeah, it was a really fast driver. As you can see in my back mirror, there was a group behind us, but it was so far behind that, yeah, literally they didn't have any connection to us, so we could just do our thing. And as you can see here, some guys are slightly fighting, taking a really short line. As you can see, for example, the black car there had more momentum with the outside line, and of course when other cars are fighting, it provides you the perfect opportunity to attack. And as you can see in this race and our previous race, however, we still don't have quite the race pace yet, because I still need to improve on how to push it, look into the data, because we have a lap timer which you can analyze the data of, and of course you can practice on the simulator. I didn't make any big mistakes like big oversteer moments or going wide, so that was good. We stayed consistent, and as you can see this lovely footage here, the field was still really close to each other. So here the car in front decided to defend. I knew we would just basically both lose too much time, so it wouldn't really make sense, and I learned a bit from my mistakes. So as you can see here, I tried to outbrake him, but yeah, that was a mistake. I really had this brake slightly there to not touch. And as you can see, again made the mistake, because I think it's better there to just sacrifice that corner, go for a wider entry so you can take more exit speed to the corner, was good. And here, this is one of my strongest corners actually, because as you can see, I'm so close to the car up front, and we were just basically being really close. And here we made a mistake, I think, but oh yeah, no, we can't really take advantage of it, as you can see, but we were really close with the group. So that was really fun, because yeah, we just had a lot of laps behind each other, pushing each other, and as you can see here, through the Hugenholz corner, I'm taking way more momentum, and we're still behind because we just can't get through, because it's really hard to overtake at Zandvoort. And yes, sometimes you really have to send it just to get through, or just be smart to pressure your opponent to get into his mirrors or in this blind spot and try to take advantage of a mistake. But as you can see, still battling hard here. And as you can see, my exit is way better than the car in front. He made a mistake, actually sliced a little bit, and you should say that I should take maximum advantage of that. But as you can see, we just missed the acceleration, and I'm actually not sure looking back at this footage, because it looked like I had way more momentum, especially at this moment. You can see I'm having way more momentum. I'm at the outside. We had more exit speed, a better line, but as you can see, we just cannot get through. It's really weird, because even with slipstream from the car in front, we just couldn't pass this guy, which was really weird. And maybe something with our setup, with our acceleration or straight line speed, I'm not sure. Something I gotta look into the data, because the car was prepared really well by the team, was driving really nicely, so the setup is already really good. So it could be maybe a mistake for myself. Gotta look into it and see what we can find. But back to the battles. As you can see here in this turn, we're really close. We're 3 cars within a car length, and we get slightly better exit there, but as you can see, it's not enough, and we go back to another frame here with other guys pushing. But as you can see here, the other guy, he has a really bad exit. He's like on the inside, and he basically left the door open here so we could overtake him. So maybe he made a little mistake there. So fortunately we overtake one car, and here we were battling with the other cars, and we were like battling really hard, because as you can see, the other cars in front, they are literally pulling away. So basically at this moment I knew that we couldn't really push much more forward, and the race pace wasn't really there. But as you can see, we even had to defend here from the car on the left side, which you can see my back mirrors, but fortunately he was too far away, and we braked late and defended well, so that was nice. But yeah, at this point I knew the race wasn't long anymore, so I could only overtake probably these cars here. And this is perfect for me. As you can see, they're battling, and he's taking the inside line. And as you have to stay sharp what happens here. You see, he takes the inside line, can't really, basically push the momentum through the corner, can't speak suddenly, but you can overtake him there, which is nice. So like the outside on those banked corners, it's way faster, so it's really something you can take advantage of. Here you can see we have a way better line, and this guy is not really driving that well actually with his race lines, but still we just can manage to get through, and we're so much faster. We drive so much better lines. As you can see here, he had like a couple of times this moment that he just went wide and completely misses the apex. Here that was just dumb for me, because now I couldn't really open this corner that much. We were slightly earlier rotated, but as you can see, we can't really get pushed through. And as you can see now in my back mirror, because we were fighting, it gave him the opportunity to basically get on our outside here, and I think he overtook us here. I'm not sure actually. I think he overtook us here because he could carry more momentum, and it was quite frustrating because maybe due to my lack of experience I couldn't really push the car to the limit in full acceleration or have the right timing to go full throttle. But my racing lines were so much better than the cars in front, but still I just couldn't overtake them, so I'm not really sure what happened there. And as you can see, if you fight too much, you basically give cars behind the opportunity to get closer to you. And here I was thinking about sending it on the inside, but it was a little bit too tight, so not really worth it, to be honest. So here we were still close, and you can put it on the insider, but it's a little bit too risky. Here it's a harder braking zone, so you have more momentum. As you can see, braking late here, missing the apex a bit because we brake late, but as you can see, it's still barely on the outside, which was well done from him, and we couldn't really overtake him. As you can see here, looking back at the footage, I had a way too narrow line through here, which basically ruined my exit. So that's something I really need to learn from. Here you can see from the outside where he overtook me. This was, I think, here it was when he overtook me. And yes, you can just see there was like a good overtake and my own mistake. We're at the back of the circuit. As you can see, we get a good run here. We can basically do the same, but the problem is if you brake later, next corner is a left-hander, so you're basically on the outside, which is not nice. Here on the right side, you can see one of the fast drivers that overtook us early in this race had a big problem, so he couldn't really ended up in the points and lost a lot of positions. And as you can see, once again, a way too narrow line through here, which made us lose time. Here, as you can see, once again, a way better line than the cars in front. They basically missed the apex, but still, we can't really come close. And here they started pulling away. And I'm not really sure yet if it might be to the set. As I said earlier, the team did a great job with their experience to prepare the car. So I don't really think it's something related to the setup. It's more of my driving that needs to be improved. So I'm going to look a lot into the data to see what I can do, because fortunately this cup it publicly posts the data of one of the fastest drivers, which maybe compare, and I can already tell you, because I looked a little bit, I can win a lot with my driving, with going full throttle earlier, taking different lines and making more use of the touring car, which has like low horsepower. It makes you drive a little bit different to gain more momentum, which is important. And basically with low horsepower cars, it's crucial to just always have the momentum, the minimum speed, enough RPMs to just stay on the pace. So something we gotta work on, but for our first race weekend, I think it's quite okay. I'm not really happy with myself, but I think it's quite okay, especially race 2 is really good. So let's look back on these races.
Okay guys, we're back and we're done with race 3. It was not actually the race I wanted. The start was quite okay, but we lost a lot of position in the master turn because we were on the outside. I don't know, the pace really wasn't quite there, I think. I had a feeling that I could push like way more forward into the field, since we started more in the midfield now, but it just didn't at the pace. I had the feeling that, as you can see in the onboard footage, that the straight line speed wasn't that well actually, because you could see like cars literally going away from me, even when I had a better exit, more slipstream of course. But maybe there's something to do with the setup, and in some corners you can just feel that the tires have a really hard time to turn efficiently, make a lot of noise, so that indicates that there's quite a lot of problems with the effectiveness of the car. So maybe I need to work on the setup, maybe it's my driving style, because of course I'm not the best driver, I still need to learn a lot though, so I need to improve my driving style as well. I think it was quite a nice experience. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity, because I know I cannot take it for granted, and it's really special to experience this, so I'm really happy. I'm not really happy with myself though, because I think I can do way better and I need to improve a lot. But of course it's my first race, so let's improve together. And if you enjoy this, please consider subscribing, because it helps me a lot to grow as a race car driver, and with my racing content I can finance my racing career. So it would help me a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully till the next race weekend. Ciao.